conference record has joined the conference.
Well, hello, Goddesses and Adoni. Thank you for joining us for our final Monday night telecall of 2015. I hope that you had a beautiful holiday with your families and you got everything that your heart was hoping for. So remember that we're collecting photos from our Warriors of Wealth of their holiday celebrations for our January meeting slideshow. If you spent some of your profits on shiny new bikes, electronics, or anything else that made your kids or your significant other or yourself happy, please share it with us. Send your photos to SharonE@AthenasHN.com so that we can include you in our January meeting slideshow. I know that the year is in its final days, and you could be packing away your tree or sipping eggnog by the fire, but you've chosen to spend an hour learning a new skill that will make your business run more efficiently and increase communication in the new year. This is very, very exciting. So thanks for being here. This is going to be a call that could transform your business for the better in 2016. And I'd like to acknowledge you for taking the time to be here. You know, I just love that you put learning in such high regard. So I'm going to be giving you 3 special code words throughout this call, so listen carefully and stick around. The code words will entitle you to an entry into a drawing to win a $100 Athena shopping spree. That's pretty cool. That's right. Every single one of you on this call will be entered to win $100 in free product of your choice. That's $100 that you could put in your demo kit, that you could sell for full profit, that you could raffle off, that you could use personally. You know, good luck to all of you, and thanks again for being part of it. You know, even though we're in the final days of 2015, I hope that you're still offering the Athena's business opportunity to your social network and promoting that free trip to Hawaii giveaway to anyone who joins before the end of the year. In case you haven't heard about it, well, anyone who joins Athena's between October 1st and December 31st is entered to win the dream come true trip of a lifetime to the most desired vacation destination on the planet, and that's Hawaii. I've set it up so that your recruits will earn raffle tickets for the following, okay? Complete training within 45 days of joining, they get a raffle ticket. Qualify, meaning selling their first $1,000 in SV within 100 days, they get another raffle ticket. And, of course, they get that $99 back in free product of their choice, so that's really cool. Hitting 2K paves the way in January, February, March, April, or May. They get 1 entry for each month that they achieve it. And I'll pull the winner on at the June BBW, so it's very, very exciting. So it's a great reason for you to reach out to your social network and your circle of influence. And there's even more to this, you know. I wanted to sweeten the deal and get all of your amazing recruits to attend the January meeting. So what I decided to do was add to it. Because then let's face it, if they're there at the January meeting for the weekend, they're going to have a blast. They're going to be immersed in our culture. They're going to see the new products. They're going to see us give away thousands of dollars in cash and maid service, jewelry, products. They're going to see us announce top new goddess. They're going to see the Goddess or Adonis of the year. They're going to see who opens the $10,000 treasure box. This is super exciting, and I want your recruits to come to this great weekend. So I'm doing a $500 in free product giveaway as well. So this is for the people who joined between October 1st and December 31st. All they had to do was complete training by December 31st, and that would get them 1 raffle ticket, and they must attend the January meeting to be eligible to win. So it's pretty exciting. And, of course, I wanted to honor those of you that chose or are choosing to recruit in December. The top 10 recruiters of December will be recognized. Not just number 1. We're going to recognize top 10. So first place gets 5 keys to the $10,000 treasure box at the January meeting. Second through 10th place get 1 key to the $10,000 treasure box at the meeting. And just to clarify, this is for the current treasure box. You'll be able to use those keys that night at the holiday party to open the box. So this isn't for next year's treasure box. This is for this year's treasure box. So I also threw out the challenge for recruiting, which was anyone who recruited, we were going to try to reach 100 recruits, and I would give away a trip to Hawaii. So we're closing in, we're 57 away, so there's still a few days, so there's a lot of hope there. But if we recruited 50 people in the month of December, I was going to give away $500 in Mahalo money. If we recruited 75 in December, I was going to give away $750 in Mahalo money. And if we hit 100, I would give away a whole trip. So the raffle tickets are earned as following. If we get there to the 500, at least that level, 50 recruits by the end of the year. So if your recruit completes training within 45 days of joining, you get a ticket. If your recruit sells $1,000 in SV within 100 days of completing training, you get a ticket. If your recruit does 2K paves away in January, February, March, April, and May, you get a ticket for each month that they earn it. So it's pretty much in line with what I'm offering the new recruits. So I'm going to choose the winner in June at the BBW, so let's hope we at least hit those 50 recruits. We just need 7 more, so if you haven't recruited, please share the business opportunity with your social media, with your Frank list, with your who you know list. Let's do this. Let's achieve more so we can enjoy more together. All right, I'm going to give you your first code word. Everybody ready? The first code word is efficiency. The first code word is efficiency. All right, and now it gives me great pleasure to introduce tonight's guest speaker to you, and that is Jim Kalos from Pennsylvania, who has been an Adonis since 2013. Not just an Adonis, an outstanding Adonis. So he made the conscious choice to build a successful Athena's party business and a great team. This man put forth a fierce commitment. And thanks to the War Learning Series, which he was definitely a big part of, whether it was learning from the speakers or participating and being a speaker, his team, which is a great name, Team 1269, gained serious momentum, and now he proudly leads a 3-tiered lineage of over 30 goddesses and Adoni from 5 states. He was voted onto the GAB board and has spent a considerable amount of time in 2015 testing lots of toys. And I've had the pleasure of traveling down to Pennsylvania several times in the past year to share time and space with Jim. Not only Jim, but also the great people on his team. You know, Jim is just a wonderful man with a heart of gold. And what I've learned about Jim is that he is an educator and he loves to teach. And for the last year, he's been saying to me, Jen, Google Docs, please make it part of Athena's culture. It'll be so awesome. Make everything so easy. You know, and I was a little reluctant because, hey, it's change, right? But today, right here and right now, Jim, who is a certified Google Doc educator, is here to share his knowledge with you and me to help make Athena's better. We can all learn a lot from this man. So here he is. Without further ado, welcome, Jim. Welcome back to Athena's Monday Night Tele-training.
Thanks, Jen. You got me all a little choked up there with that introduction. You're good for my ego.
Love you, Jim. And wait till everybody sees the campaign that we're putting together for recruiting. You know, just like we did with Kelly Quimby and Linda Norton and Lynn Sexton, you're on deck, my friend, and the picture of you that we have for the recruiting materials is absolutely, undeniably gorgeous. You look like Dave Matthews in this photo, so I think you're going to make a lot of people's hearts go pitter-patter.
Oh, well, thank you. My goodness, this is like Christmas all over again.
Oh, yay.
Well, thank you so much, and I'm glad that you finally decided to allow me to try to simplify things for all of us. And like I know you said it's change, and change can be scary, so I am willing to go very slow with trying to help everyone grow our business. So one thing that I did, Jen, is Sharon sent out in the email blast an instruction sheet that I put together on how to create a Google account if you don't already have a Google account. It's absolutely free. The web browser that I prefer to use is Google Chrome. I always say there's no place like Chrome. It's not necessary. You don't have to use Chrome. It's just, for me, I feel like it works easier. And then I also put in there about joining a group. And it's the group that I have. It's called the Athena's, let me find where I just put it. Athena's December Tele-training. You have to apply for permission, and I will accept you as soon as I get the notification. I have it sent right to my phone, so as soon as you apply, I can add you in. Now, the purpose of this group is if there is something that I'm teaching you that you may not understand or that you're having trouble with, go ahead and post a question in this group, and I'll be able to see it, and I'll be able to answer you and work one-on-one with you. Now, what's great about it is instead of it being a Facebook group where you have to search through tons of different photos or other people's questions, the search bar at the top, it'll say search for topics. If you have a question on how to format something, if you type in format and hit search, if someone else already asked the question, you can see the answer right there. So this is a great little Q&A session for anybody that would like additional help on anything dealing with Google and all of the products that it offers. So I think it's super cool, and I'm more than willing to try to help anybody out that's willing to have me.
Jim, you're amazing. And I just got to say, to back you up in your claim that it was easy to set up a Google account, it totally was. I just clicked on the link that Sharon sent to everybody throughout the whole company, because I just want everybody to know that I am starting right with you, not knowing anything about Google Docs, and I was able to set up an account in minutes, and it was very easy. So you can do it too.
And it's free.
It's free.
Free's good.
Yeah.
I like free.
Yeah.
So that's one way to use Google Groups. You can create your own groups. You can simply go to groups.google.com, and you can start creating your own groups. Some things that you can use it for is if you're a team leader, it's a way for you to organize your files. Like one thing that I did recently for my team is I posted my schedule for all of my 2016 meetings. I know that's one thing that was searched after a lot in our Facebook group, and it was always hard to find. It was glossed with other files that were uploaded. And I also posted goals for all of my team members, all the way down to my third tier, of what I'd like to see them do for the year in recruiting and sales. And all of that is easily able to be searched and found right away. So you can use it as a team leader. Another thing that you could use Google Groups for is if you wanted to create a space for your hostesses or your customers to come to this group, and you can talk about different educational topics, like different sexual educational topics, like Amy Lebrecht. I learned a lot from her when it came to insecurities of the body, and I've actually implemented a lot of those insecurities into my own demo. But that's something that you might want to do a little sex education topic once a month. Or we have our brand new line coming out in January, which is a kick-ass line. I'm just going to throw that out there. But maybe you want to promote the new products. You can post pictures, you can post videos, just a place for your customers to come and see everything. It's going to be nice and organized. It's private. No one will be able to see no one can join unless you give them permission. It's a way to do it, and it's fantastic. I just recently started doing it, and it's been working out fairly well for me so far. So those are a couple of different ways to use Google Groups. And again, if you're overwhelmed with anything, please, you can pause the tape and post a question here to me on our Google Group page.
Jim,
so any questions you have from you, Jen? Yeah,
Jim, before you go any further, I'd like to just mention that ask you, could this be an alternative to Facebook groups? Because as many of us know, Facebook is really cracking down and, tightening up the grips for us to be able to promote our business. And, there's been some funky things that have happened to goddesses who are, promoting products in groups. So do you think this is a good alternative?
Absolutely, and the reason why I started with groups as well is I create events for my hostesses, and I put on like the Uberflip catalog and the Uberflip recruiting brochure, and I have everything set to private, but somehow when the one guest clicked to join, it showed up on her timeline that she was going to a sex toy party, and her husband saw it, and he wasn't too happy about it. So even though everything was set to private, I'm not sure why it got posted to her timeline. So this is something that's definitely more safe and secure for me, and I agree. There's a lot of things that are being cracked down upon, like people reporting my posts for pornography. It's like, it's not.
Right.
It's a place where if people want to be a part of it, they can join your group, and it's more than likely not going to be people who are on your Facebook friends list that's going to block you or report you for something.
Okay.
Yeah, so I definitely think that's an alternative. I'm not trying to necessarily put Facebook down. I just like to make sure that I'm safe and secure as well as my guests.
Yes, yes. Well, thanks for that, Jim.
Yeah, you're very, very, very welcome. Okay, so I also want to go on and talk about what is your Google Drive. So Google Drive can be used on any computer, tablet, or mobile device, and it can store all types of files like images, HD videos, PDFs, text files, any of the Microsoft Office documents, drawings, and music, and it's all for free. And the only software that you need is your web browser. So that's one reason why I've been pushing this so much with you, Jen, is anything that you want to store, you can access from anywhere in the world. So I don't know about you, but I don't know if you've ever saved a file at the office and you wanted to go home and try to work on it, and you're like, oh, man, I left it at the office. It's on my computer at work.
Absolutely. I've done that.
If you just save it to your Google Drive, you can be anywhere in the world. As long as you have an internet connection, you will have access to that document, and you can work on it from wherever you are. So that's really cool. So Drive is our home. It's like our home base. It's a cloud-based storage system, for those of you who know what a cloud is. And the way that you're going to access that, and Jen, I'm going to have you do this with me right now as well. If you just go to google.com from your web browser, if you're not signed in to your Google account that you've already created, please go ahead and do so. You should see a sign-in button in the upper right-hand corner. If you are signed in, you'll see a little circle that'll either have a picture that you already uploaded or it'll have a little person icon that's in there.
Yes, my little...
Your little person icon's there?
See it, yes.
Good. Okay, so if you go over to the left, you're going to see what I call either the Rubik's Cube or I call it the Brady Bunch grid. See that?
Yes.
Okay, so when you click on the Rubik's Cube, you're going to see a drop-down menu. Now, this is tons of different things that Google can offer, and there is no way I'm going to cover all of this for you. The only thing I want you to do is to access your Drive. So Drive is a little tricolored triangle. So go ahead and click on your Google Drive, and this will bring you up to your cloud storage base. So if you're brand spanking new to Drive and have never logged in, there's probably going to be some type of introduction or welcome or tutorial page for you. You're more than welcome to scroll through that and see everything that it has to offer, but I'm going to kind of give you a quick little overview myself right now. So for Drive, you're going to see some items on the left-hand side, and the first thing you're going to see is a bright red box that says New. If you click on New, you're going to have an option to see that you can add a new folder. You can upload files. So, Jen, when you said you were leaving stuff sometimes on your office computer and wanted to work on it from home, you can upload all of your files now directly to Google Drive so you can access them anywhere. And you can see later on where it says Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides. The first thing I want to focus on is just creating a new folder to try to help creating organization. So I'm going to click on the folder, and a small little pop-up box is going to pop up in the center of your screen, which will say New Folder, and it wants you to name it. So I'm going to name this Athena's because I want to put all of my Athena stuff in here. And Jen, you can name yours whatever you want, and anyone who's listening to the call can name it whatever they want. So once you've named your folder, go ahead and press Enter, and you will see that a nice little folder has popped up there for you.
Yes, I see my folder, my Tele-training folder.
Woohoo! Okay, so creating a folder is actually really easy, and it helps you organize stuff. I thought you were saying something, Jen.
Oh, no, sorry about that. Yes, I have my folder. It's there.
Okay.
Easy peasy, Jim.
Easy peasy, I know. It's awesome. So what we're going to do with our Google Drive is I want us to create a form. So I want to go into that folder that we just created. So click on it. Okay, it should be blank. There's nothing in there. I want you to go back over to New. And I'm briefly going to mention real quickly, if you're familiar with Microsoft Office, Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft PowerPoint, that's what Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides are. The only difference between these three things is that you are actually able to collaborate with another partner or as many partners as you want on a certain project. So let's say you're having a team meeting and you wanted people from your team to make comments with an agenda. I could have my entire team in one document and we can be working on our own section at one time. That's the only difference. So if you're familiar with Microsoft Office, Microsoft Excel, or Microsoft PowerPoint, that's what those three items are. Make sense?
Easy.
Okay. So to make a form, I want you to scroll down to where it says More. And then another pop-up box will pop up. And you see where it says Google Forms?
Yep.
Go ahead and click on that for me. Now, did any pop-up windows pop up for you?
Yeah, I have Create, Share, Send, and Analyze.
We're going to create. So go ahead and click on Create. If you've created a form before in the past, it's just going to go right into the form.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I want to say a little bit of what I use forms for first, and then we'll get into creating it, just so you have an idea of how you can use this for your business. So a couple of ways that I've used this is I use this as a scavenger hunt on my events that I plan ahead of time for my parties. I can challenge them to find so many waterproof or rechargeable products. I can have them search for anything that is listed as a massage product. I'm not going to go to the website or go through the Uberflip catalog and try to find that, so they're exposing themselves to the product ahead of time, and they can answer these questions right on the form, and then I enter them to win a little prize. What's great about that, though, is that I can get all of their information ahead of time, and that's what we're going to set up right now, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So, Jen, do you see where it says Untitled Form?
I sure do. It says Question Title, Help Text, Question Type, Options.
Yep.
Yep.
Good. Okay. So under Untitled Form, we're going to name this form. So it says page 101 at the top,
Yep.
right above it.
Yep.
Okay. If you just double-click on an Untitled Form,
then it becomes editable.
Name,
how cool is that?
I know. We're going to call this Jen's Party Scavenger Hunt. Okay.
Got it.
So that when guests see what this is, they'll know what they're doing. Underneath it, where it says Form Description,
yep.
If you click there, you can say, put whatever you want. I normally put something, this is a fun little scavenger hunt where one random winner will win a free prize the night of the party, but they have to be in attendance. So that's another way for me to try to get people to come to my parties to ensure that people are coming. All right. Now, here we're going to go through and talk about the different question types. It's automatically going to be set up on a multiple choice, but I want to get their contact information first. One thing that I struggle with is handwriting. Some people really don't have that great of handwriting, so sometimes when I'm trying to get their email address or their even their mailing address, if I have to mail them something, I don't always necessarily know if it's an O or an A or an E or an L or a T or an I. Like I don't know sometimes. So do you see where it says question type, Jen, multiple choice?
Yes. It's a drop down.
Yep, there's a drop down menu. If you click on that and you see where it says text.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to change that to a text option.
Okay.
And now where it says question title, we're going to set it up as first and last name.
Okay.
And then you're going to click the blue button, done.
Done.
There's your first question. Okay. So I want to click add item.
Okay.
And I want to switch it back to my text response.
Okay.
Here's where I'm going to put address. And I can do the same thing for phone number and email address as well. Now, the reason why I do this, like I said, it's so much easier for people to type and for me to understand and be able to read all the information that I need for my customers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can do a couple of different options. You see in the bottom right next to done, there's a little box there that says required question.
Okay.
In order for them to participate in the scavenger hunt and get a prize, I click this for their name, address, phone number, and email address, which means they can't go any further unless they answer these questions.
Mm-hmm.
So if I click required question and hit done, you're going to see a little red asterisk that's going to pop up right next to the question title, meaning that this is an automatic, like it's required. You can't move on without it.
Okay, great.
Okay?
Yep.
Are you good?
I'm with you.
So,
My first and last name, mailing address, and phone number, and now there's little red asterisks next to each one.
yeah, good. Yay!
Following you,
so now,
Jim.
how about this stuff?
Great.
So what I want to do now is I want to talk about the other different types of questions that are on here. Okay, and there's a lot more that you can go and do with forms, but I'm just going to do real small basic stuff so that people can practice and work on it and ask any questions that they want.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're going back to the add item, I'm going to just stick to the basic options. Like you can see there's many different options underneath the drop-down menu. I'm not going to talk about that tonight. We can focus on that another time if people are interested. So we've already done a text question, which is just a small little response. The paragraph text, this is ones that I use for when I'm done with my parties. I always love to get feedback, and I do this anonymously. I don't collect their information, because if I have the information, people are not going to be as honest with you if they know that their name's not listed with it. So like the paragraph text, like if I click on that, it's going to give me a much longer response for people to type, and I can type my question of what did you enjoy about the party, or what can I change about the party, and it gives you honest feedback from your customers on what you can do to improve, or jokes that they loved or games that you played that they loved that you might want to continue to do and continue to use. Because I know I've been doing this for almost 3 years, and there's some things that I've done my first year that I don't do anymore that I probably should, you know. So this is a way to get feedback from your guests for a paragraph text. It gives them more options to write more information. Does that make sense?
Yes. Jim, can I ask a question? So maybe you said it and I didn't hear it, but do they have to log in to Google Docs? Like, do they have to have a Gmail account in order to participate in these surveys and scavenger hunts and feedback with you?
That's actually a great question, and I apologize that I didn't cover that earlier. No, you don't need to have a Gmail account to fill out a Google form. So anyone, as long as they have a link, which I will show you how to send that out here when we're done with our form, as long as you have that link, you're going to be able to send it out to anybody that you want to. They don't have to have a Gmail account. They can use anything that they want at all. All they need is a web browser. Yeah, so it's super cool. Now, for Goddesses and Adoni who create the Google Forms, we need to have a Gmail account because we need to get into Google to create the form, but anybody, anywhere in the world can answer these forms. Great question.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, so multiple choice is the next option that we have. Multiple choice, just what it says. You can say, I'm trying to think. All of the following are great uses for skincare, except, and you can put a whole bunch of products down and have them go in a scavenger hunt and look for it. Or I'm interested in booking my party in January, February, March. Different questions that you can ask to get them started and get the ball rolling and having them thinking about booking your next party, or put down a recruiting question. Are you interested in joining, or would you like to learn more about joining my team, yes or no? You'll have that information. You'll already have their contact information that you can automatically set up a time to reach out to them.
Wow, so this could become like your, your cards that you hand out at your parties. Like, this could become like the electronic version of your customer care cards, where the multiple choice questions are like, would you like to book a party? Yes, no, I can be bribed. Would you like to get information about joining my team? That type of thing. Wow.
Yeah, and it saves money because, like, I'm always about trying to save money, and sending out all of those cards and even the order forms, like, that can get very expensive after a while. And I know that Carrie Sellers also had talked about this at one of Linda Norton's Spring Flings about even buying pens with caps and taking the caps off of them because no one wants to steal a pen without a cap. It's just little small things like this that saves money to really put more money in your pocket.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Okay.
The other two options that we have are check boxes and choose from a list. And check boxes are, I know some people put down items that they have currently in stock if they're independent. And they can put everything that they have down here, and you can say, I'm interested in X, Y, and Z, so that when they go to the ordering room, you can see everything right away. And I'm going to show you here in a bit on how you're going to see their responses and how nice and organized everything is. And then the choose from a list, it's just like a drop-down menu. So it just depends on what style you feel like using and what you want to do with it. Okay. So any questions on the basic sets of questions?
Nope, I think that's really good, and I love the way you can apply it immediately to your customer care cards and scavenger hunts. It's great, Jim. It's great. So far, I'm very impressed.
Woohoo! Okay. So the next thing we're going to work on is see where it says confirmation page at the bottom? Mm-hmm. And it says your response has been recorded. That's a generic response. That's actually, you can edit that to say whatever you want it to say. So if I click in there, I can change it to Goddess bless, have you been touched by a goddess or Adonis? Well, I don't know if I'd say that. It sounds a little inappropriate, but but you can change it and customize it to anything you want. Like, thank you for partying with Katie Mahoney or anything that you wanted to say is customizable. So that will be the last thing that they see. You can even do it again here as a recruiting message or to try to book more parties. Now, here's the fun stuff. You ready?
Yes.
I want to be able to see all of my information at one time. So to do that, I'm going to go to see at the top there's a menu bar. So I'm going to go File, Edit, View, Insert, Responses, and I want you to go to Responses.
View Responses, okay.
Okay, and then if you click, mine might say something a little bit differently than yours. Mine says Change Response Destination.
Mine says Choose Response Destination.
Yep, okay, good. So you want to go ahead and hit Choose Response Destination.
So I have the choice of a new spreadsheet or a new sheet in an existing spreadsheet.
You want to keep it just the way it's set up because it should automatically be clicked for new spreadsheet. Do you see that?
Yep, I see it.
And then whatever you named your form, that name should pop up in that spreadsheet answer as well, correct?
As it says Jen's Party Scavenger Hunt. And then
Good.
it says Responses.
And responses in parentheses, right?
Correct.
Good. Go ahead and hit Create. So now what happens, are you still on Facebook, Jen?
You want me to go back to Facebook?
Yep, because you're going to message me.
Okay. So I am going to go to Facebook. Yep.
All right. So just so that you're on and you're on our message there, you have two options on your form. It's either in the very bottom or in the upper right-hand corner. It's a blue button that says Send Form.
Send Form. On Google Docs? Send Form,
on your Google Form, yep.
I see.
Okay. So there's a couple of different ways here that you can work this. You can send it directly to email addresses to your guests if you want to, or where it says link to share. There's that big, long address. You have the option to shorten it underneath it by clicking that box that says short URL. And you're just going to hit Control-C to copy it. And then in the message, Jen, in the message to me on Facebook, you're going to hit Control-V as in Victor to paste it into that message.
Okay.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take your form real quickly for you.
All right. So I have hit Control-C under the link to share. And now it says share link via, there's the Google sign, Facebook and Twitter, and then send form via email. So would I click Facebook?
No, because that's going to send it directly to your whole Facebook so all of your friends on Facebook can take it.
Okay, we don't want that. Okay.
You're just going to Control-C for the information underneath link to share.
Yep.
That's the web address for your form.
Okay, and then I'm just going to cut and paste it into a message to you.
Yep.
Boom.
Okay. Boom. I see it.
See it. That's
so here is your information. I'm going to fill out my information real quick so you can see what it looks like.
Okay.
I'm going to submit it.
Okay.
And now here's what we're going to do. So I just completed your form to see all the responses, and you can do this from your party. Like if you have an Android phone, I know that Google Drive automatically comes with your Droid phone. If you have an iPhone, you can download it from the App Store. So you can actually access all of this information from your phone as well. So if you're using it at your party, if you're using it as an electronic wish list, you're still going to be able to access it from your phone, which is pretty kick-ass.
Wow.
I know. So we're going to go to back to our drive. So you should still have that tab up.
Yep, back to my drive. Yep.
Okay. And you see it's going to be green. It should say Jen's Party Scavenger Hunt Responses. Do you see that?
Yes, I see it. Jen's Party Scavenger Hunt Responses. So I'm assuming you want me to click on that, Jim.
I do. You're so adorable.
There it is. So now I have a timestamp, which is the time that you filled out this form, your first and last name, your mailing address, your phone number, and you wrote, I'm gay. So
I didn't know you were going to read that part out loud.
I'm sorry. Oh, just in case anybody didn't know on the line. That's freaking awesome.
You made me break out in a hot sweat. Oh.
Jim, that's awesome. So now I have a spreadsheet started with my responses. So now so if I sent this document out to 10 people and they all filled it out, it would just continue to add to the document?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow.
So everything's nice and organized there.
So, yeah, I'll send this out and get everyone's sexual preferences. No, I just kidding. Love it. And this is amazing. I'm going to use this in my like almost immediately.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I said too when I was speaking with you earlier. For submission for your code words and aha moments on our Google group page, I actually have that automatically set up so that we can all test using a Google form and how easy the submission is and how much time it's going to save for the home office end of trying to search through hundreds of emails and people who may not have access to their email or whatnot, or they put AT instead of the @ symbol or whatnot.
Wow, we can use it for WoW and War as well.
Correct. We can use it for anything. It's going to be quick and easy. You don't have to worry about logging into your email or saving your email. Everything's going to be submitted right away.
Wow.
Fun stuff, huh?
Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Jim.
You're very, very welcome. So I just want to do a quick recap of everything that I kind of covered tonight. It was a lot of information in a short amount of time, but I wanted to review and recap that. We started off talking about the Google group page, which is where if you have any questions at all for me on anything Google related, please feel free to start a new topic, a new post, and I'll be more than happy to respond to that. And Jen, can we put my instruction sheet like on the WoW and War page again so people, in case they can't find it in their email, they can just go in for the instruction sheet there. Is that okay?
We sure can, absolutely. So I'm going to Control-C. I'm going to put that right up there right now into WoW and War.
Perfect.
Get that right up there, darling.
You're amazing.
Okay.
So the Google Groups, and we talked about how we can use that. We showed how to get into Google Drive and access your Google Drive and create a new folder to help try to organize everything. And then Google Forms is what I use the most for my parties and how to use it electronically. And what's cool about that, too, is people think that you're kind of kick-ass. Like, oh, you're so technologically savvy. I'm like, I know. And then it takes you less than 5 minutes to create this form.
Wow. I'm putting it up on WoW and More right now.
Do it. And I gave myself a timer And there's 5 minutes left of a 45-minute time span as you wished.
Wow. Wow.
How about that?
So what are your closing statements, Jim, about how this can help our businesses?
Don't be afraid to use it. Change can be scary, but technology has grown so far in the last decade alone, and use it to your advantage. All of this stuff that's offered by Google is absolutely 100% free. Save yourself time, save yourself money. Practice with it. If you need practice partners, let me know. I will be more than happy to practice and answer your forms and tell you that I'm gay. Just don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid. I know it can be scary, but you have a lot of supportive people here that are going to be more than welcome to help you and learn along the way with you.
Amen. Wow.
Amen.
Jim, this is great. Let's give a second code word. Second code word is in. Second code word is in. I-N. Second code word is in. Well, Jim, I just have to thank you from the bottom of my heart for putting this information in my hot little hands and in the hands and minds of all the goddesses and Adoni and Athenas. I really think that this will be a very useful tool and very helpful because our WOW moderator for the first session of 2016 is going to be talking to us a lot about virtual platforms and running our businesses efficiently using what we've just seen here tonight, and you just set like the stage for it. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
Oh, that is perfect timing.
It really is. So, I just want to say to all our team leaders out there, this is a great way that you can stay connected to your team and, share documents. It's wonderful, to keep new people excited and, have a forum for them to ask you questions. It's great. And especially for your customers to be able to capture a wish list electronically that is not scribbles in the back of a book, that is nice and neat, easy to read, to capture people's names and addresses and phone numbers, to do fun surveys. It's definitely going to benefit your business. So thank you, Jim. And it's free. Free is the best part.
Free is good.
Free is good. So, I appreciate you, Jim, for helping us out, and, I'm super excited to announce to the Goddesses and Adoni who are listening right now that they will earn a very valuable golden circle of leadership point for joining us tonight. So,
which is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love the golden circle.
Oh my gosh, golden circle is so much fun. And of course, like Jim, when you earn golden circle, that gets you into the dinner, and there's the awards ceremony, and then we have, which was really fun this year, super fun. And then next we have our golden circle breakfast, where we have a incredible speaker, Sherry McAllister, who's going to be teaching us all how to lead our teams to greatness. At the that'll be the September meeting weekend. And we also give away a free room. So accumulating golden circle points are definitely in your best interest, everybody. It's not to be missed. Delicious dinner, commemorative charms, swag bag, award ceremony, free breakfast, leadership seminar with Sherry McAllister. It's wonderful, so I hope you'll be there. And how do you get there? By recruiting, by leading, by participating. And so by participating tonight, you get a point. And also, one lucky winner will be receiving a $100 shopping spree for listening to this call. So I'm going to say good luck to all of you in that. If you want to have a kick-ass 2016 and have an awesome selling season for Valentine's Day, please come and kick off 2016 with Athena's in Newport. The tickets are on sale for the Friday night bingo, and after bingo, and we're giving away $3,500 in products at bingo, including the whole new line, new catalogs, booster kits. It's going to be super fun. That's Friday night. We cannot sell tickets at the door, so you must get your tickets in advance. And on Friday night after bingo, we have karaoke in the lobby, which was super fun last year. Everybody comes down and listens to our great singers, and there's Jem Bartizek, there's Christy Shedd, there's Amy Brown. I mean, we've got some awesome vocalists in our company. So come join the fun in the lobby on Friday night. Saturday, of course, is the January sales meeting, where not only will you walk away with an awesome swag bag, but you will have a fun-filled day where you get to see who and what is exciting in 2016, like our new Valentine's Day product. The new Gab will be announced. You'll get to see who wins maid service for a year. We're going to be giving away loads and loads of prizes during that day. And, of course, it's just a great way to connect and be with your Athena's friends. So I hope you'll be there Saturday. And Saturday night, of course, is the Under the Sea holiday party. That's where we ask you to dress in a beach or nautical-themed outfit. There'll be lots of mermaids and SpongeBobs and Patricks and pirates and beachcombers. Don't stress about the outfit, please. I mean, if you don't want to dress like a mermaid, please just dress as a beachcomber. A pretty summer dress will suffice for the ladies, and shorts and a T-shirt for the guys. It's going to be a really fun evening where we'll be recognizing the top new Goddesses and Adoni of the year. We'll be recognizing the top new goddess of 2015. We'll also be counting down the top 10 in sales for the whole year, the top recruiters, the top team leaders. Will be awarding Goddess or Adonis of the Year. And, of course, there's that $10,000 treasure box. Jim, do you have keys to the $10,000 treasure box? Yeah, you do.
I have 5 right now.
Oh, my gosh. Are you so excited to stand in front of it and try your luck?
Yeah, but don't jinx it. We're not talking about it.
Okay, all right, we're not talking about it. Okay, so
we're not.
There's a lot of people holding keys to the $10,000 treasure box, and one key will open that box, and we'll get to see who walks away with $10,000. This is going to be an epic weekend. The hotel has just informed us that there are only 7 rooms available for Friday night. So if you wanted to stay, now is the time to get your hotel room. There are still 22 rooms available for Saturday night, but that's it. Once they're gone, they're gone. And the deadline to get your room, I believe, has been announced as well. They were able to extend to Thursday, the 31st of December, but after those rooms are gone, they're gone. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, please do. It's going to be freaking awesome. We're going to have a blast. And if you haven't gotten your meeting tickets or your holiday party ticket, please do. And finally, Diamond Dallas Page, legendary wrestler from WCW and WWE, will be conducting his DDP yoga workshop on Sunday morning. I highly recommend, if you want to get in shape and be healthier in the new year, this is the way to go. It doesn't require gym membership. It doesn't require expensive machinery or fancy gym clothes. It's a yoga mat and your body. That's what you need to do DDP yoga. It has transformed how I feel about my body and my body. It has helped thousands and thousands of people. If you're wondering what DDP yoga is, if you go to YouTube and just Google Arthur Never Give Up DDP yoga, you'll see the transformation that people go through. People lose 100 pounds in a year and get physically fit with DDP. 10 months, losing 100 pounds. It's unbelievable what this man has done for so many celebrities and regular people, and myself included. So if you want to focus in 2016 on your health, attend this DDP yoga workshop on Sunday morning. I mean, really, I could have brought in a direct selling speaker. I could have brought in, someone to talk about recruiting and sales. But, truly what I believe is that we should all be focused on our health and our bodies and being strong. So that's why I brought in a yoga guru, and he will be doing a meet and greet at the end where you can get a picture with DDP, especially if you're a wrestling fan. This is a great opportunity. So if your spouse is or significant other is a wrestling fan, this is a great gift to give to them so that they can get to meet DDP, Diamond Dallas Page. And, of course, the last piece of the weekend that I wanted to talk about is Support Your Goddess or Adonis. This is a workshop for the men and women who are in our lives, who, are husbands, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, those people that are our cheerleaders when we're happy and our coaches when we're sad, those people at home who, get to see us when we come back through the door after having a $1,000 party and hug us and, wipe our tears away when we have a $12 party. My husband, Curtis, leads the Support Your Goddess workshop that takes place on Saturday morning while we're in the meeting, and I hope that you will encourage your significant other to participate. It's free. It's fun, and I hope that you will, if you are bringing your spouse or significant other, that they'll take the time to attend, because it's really wonderful to see spouses and supporters and significant others connecting and, supporting each other. So it's really a beautiful workshop, and I hope that your significant other and supporter will participate. So that's my rundown for the January meeting. Join us. It's going to be inspiration, friendship, and, of course, that new product line. So now it's time for me to give you code word submission instructions. Now, Jim, should we have everybody use their Google Doc account to send us their registration for this call?
Absolutely.
All right. So
yes,
do you want to tell
do.
everybody where that call is, where the information is to submit their code words?
Absolutely. Okay, to submit your code words for tonight's call, if you go into our Google group that I created for us, that I've approved you for your application to be part of the group, it's called Athena's December Tele-training. Jen posted the instructions again on the Wow and War page for me. It's the very first post. It'll be up at the top. It'll say, please click here to submit your information in order to receive credit for this Tele-training. When you click here, you're going to be taken to a form. You're going to have to put in your first and last name, Goddess and Adonis number, the 3 code words that Jen gave you, and then you're also going to put your aha moment from the call in here as well. You're going to go ahead and hit submit, and that will take care of your submission for you.
Wow, it's that easy. So now you don't have to go to Wow and War pages to submit your aha moments. You're going to do it through the Google Doc. I think that that's really exciting. And remember that the code words are valid until midnight tonight. So if you're listening to this call at a later date, the code words aren't valid. Code words are only valid to those who listen and submit the code words by midnight on the date that the Monday night Tele-training call is released. So by submitting this information, you'll be entered to win the $100 shopping spree for submitting the code words. And you will also be entered to win a $50 gift certificate for your aha moment. So we'll be picking 2 winners out of this batch. So here's the final code word that you've been waiting for, and it's 2016. The final code word is 2016. So thank you so much once again to our gracious guest speaker, Jim Kalos. Thank you, Jim.
You are very welcome. It was an honor to be here.
Yeah, and maybe we'll do a part 2 in the coming year. Like an advanced Google Docs Tele-training.
Ooh, okay.
And thank you to all of you who listened in to this call. May your last few days of 2015 be filled with light and love. Good night, Goddess bless, and we'll see you on the other side of the bridge in Newport. Good night, everyone. Everyone.